The nomination for the leadership of the ANC in the North West has seen current Premier Bushy Maape and former ANC MP Nono Maloi squaring up for the position of the Provincial chairperson. Both Lasi, Mokgosi and Sebego are vying for the position of the Provincial deputy chair. Let's now get the latest from SABC News reporter Tebogo Phakedi, who is in the Rustenburg, where the ANC's North West conference is currently happening. Tebogo, thank you so much for your time. Let's talk about how hotly contested, of course, are the positions in the province.
Thank you so much. Good morning to you and the viewers. Yes, as you have stated, there quite a hot race here in the Northwest, where the ANC is holding its 9th provincial conference at the Rustenburg Civic Center. As you have stated, for the chairperson position, it is Nono Maloi versus Bushy Maape, that is the current premier of the province. And of course, as you have stated there, that Nono being the former MP and of course former MEC for Human Settlements here in the province. You have also stated there that the position for the deputy chairperson is Paul Sebego and Lasi Mokgosi. That is Paul Sebego versus Lasi Mokgosi. If I can just give you the list before we get into other details. And of course, the provincial secretary position is Louis Diramelo versus Kinetswe Musenugi, and deputy secretary position, of course, this will be Viola Mutsumi versus Motlalepile Khosho and Bizale Nkopane. It is only this position that has 3 contestants, and of course the last being treasurer of the ANC in the province, that will be Silo Lehari versus Lena Meha. Quite interesting, given that, you know, we had different names being chanted in melodies as different delegates were vying for different people, and we knew that there were 7 people vying for this chairperson position. Quite interesting that we only now have 2. Quite a hot race for Bushy Maape and Nono Maloi. But I can just tell you that the ANC delegates completed their nominations early this morning. In actual fact, they left this hall just around 7 o'clock, and we were told that the voting will start around 10 o'clock. That was about an hour ago, but delegates are not yet inside the hall. I can just tell you that this is quite a hot race, given that we see some of the people we were hoping will be vying for the chairperson position, the likes of Kinetswe Musenugi now vying for the secretary position. This is the stage here in the Northwest province at this moment, where the ANC delegates are expected to be voting for their candidates who would be vying for top 5 position here in the province.
Now, Tebogo, when you actually look at who's contesting these positions and you look at the political dynamics of that province, you would say this makes things quite interesting, correct? Definitely. And if one can even make quite some joke there and say maybe some of the hands have been itching, given that the province was led really by the interim structure for 3 years. You would know that this matter was also in court just 2 days ago. But many people have been saying that we want this conference to take place. We want to have our own PEC. That way we can stabilize the province. So quite interesting politics of this province. We know that these different slates meant that different delegates will be vying for different people. How will they be uniting after this? We will see from the winner how the person, whether it's Bushy Maape or Nono Maloi, will be planning to unite the province. But as I was mentioning earlier on there, that you would know that the IPC will not be voting, and quite interesting, if I can just say that the ANC, the NEC, actually interpreted the court order as saying that only the IPCs are not supposed to vote. This will be 20 of them. But we were told yesterday afternoon that after legal advice, they now understand that this will include the interim regional committee, meaning 8 from each region. These are 4 regions in the province, meaning in total total 52 people will not be voting who are from the interim structure. But just to give you also another issue, really, we knew that yesterday the disgruntled ANC members who had approached the courts to ask that the IPC do not participate as voting delegates, then said they want to approach the court to ensure that the entire conference is halted, does not take place. Their argument being that this means each and every decision taken by the IPC was illegal. You would know that the interim structures were supposed to only be in existence for 9 months, and they were, of course, in the province from August 2019, and this means their period in office was supposed to end in May 2020. 3 years later, they are still leading the province. So these disgruntled members are saying, look, we want to ensure that this conference does not take place, and there are allegations that Supra Mahumapelo is the one leading this group. We will hear from him if this is the case, but what we understand is that the court clerk was contacted last night. They were supposed to sit at around 10 p.m., but according to my colleague in Mahikeng Selwane Khachau, she did confirm that nope, they did not submit their applications as anticipated. The court clerk did wait for them to send the applications, and we were hoping that the court will sit around just 11 p.m., 12 a.m., but that was not the case. However, we will see what happens today. But as far as I am standing here, I can tell you that Premier Maape has confirmed that today the delegates will be voting as they concluded their nominations this morning.
So, Tebogo, looking at all of these potential hurdles that might be put as a stumbling block for the conference, what is expected to happen today?
Yes, as I have stated that the program will start with the delegates voting today, this morning, following the completion of nominations just around 7 a.m. today. And after that, we understand that President Cyril Ramaphosa will be giving his closing remarks, as the NEC has confirmed that he will be closing the program. But given that the conference has been delayed, we were told by Premier Maape that the President will today address the delegates, and of course the conference will look into additional nominations of additional members, and of course voting at the later stage. Now, given that today is Sunday, and of course there's a long program ahead of these delegates, one tends to wonder if this conference will be concluded early today or late today. But this is something that we will see as the day unfolds today. But later today, President Cyril Ramaphosa, President of the ANC, is expected to be giving the closing remarks. Of course, this is after the delegates know who the top 5 are in terms of the leadership of the ANC here in the province.
Tebogo Phakedi's SABC News reporter was out in Rustenburg for us for that ANC's North West conference, which is currently underway.